How's it going? It's Mythos, and the other day I was watching a documentary. It was about a 90-year-old town hall in Wem in the UK that burnt down in 1995.
The true cause of the fire remains unknown even today. But as the smoke cleared, a far more sinister mystery rose from the ashes.
Okay, you've got me interested. What's this sinister mystery? They bring in Roger, who was first on the scene the next day, who met with the fire chief to see how they could make the building safe. Once he started walking through the ashes, he said,
I noticed a series of what appeared to be footprints. Looking at them, I thought, well, these are a child's footprints. They look to be about the size that are, I don't know, 10, 12, possibly 14.
Okay. What the hell is going on? He even checked with the fire officer.
I said, the kids have been up here early this morning, haven't they? And he said, well, no, there's been nobody up here at all. We're the first two people that have been up here.
All right, Roger. He also goes on to say a few weeks later that one of the labourers and the site manager there apparently seen a spirit.
Had something sinister happened on the night of the fire? What or who was behind these unexplained sightings?
Very strange, huh? What's also strange is how this part of the town hall never actually got burned. And as you can see, it's in pretty perfect condition. Well, what this plaque was there to remember was a fire that happened in the town in 1677. They called it the Great Fire of Wem because it was so devastating. It virtually destroyed the whole town. The fire broke out at a cottage only 50 yards from where the town hall is at now. It was accidentally started by a young girl called Jane. She was lighting a fire for her sister coming home, dropped the candle and it caught fire to the house, lit up the thatched roof, spread to other houses, spreading to the town.
The fire, over 300 years ago, started by the young Jane Churn, combined with the mysterious survival of the commemorative plaque, intensified the intrigue.
Okay, so we've got footprints in the ash. 2 people have seen a figure in the burnt building. The plaque was there for a great fire of the town that was started by a young girl. I was watching thinking, where's this going? Enter the photographer.
Now, I always take my cameras with me. And at this time, this specific day, I had them with me in the car.
Oh, how do, Tony? Tell us the crack then, lad.
So I jumped out, run round and took as many pictures as possible.
Okay, so let's have a look at your photos then, pal. Nice. I noticed he's got a Pentax there, very similar to my Olympus here. I may even have the same zoom lens as Tony as well. It said his was a 200mm. Mine is It's 200mm, Tony. You're not the only one with a big one. You see, I've always been into photography, so this is pretty interesting to me. I used to pretty much strictly only shoot film and collect old film cameras. Knowing about shooting film, I know it's harder to fake photos, but it's definitely not impossible because people have been doing it forever. Something we could definitely go into in another video. So anyway, Tony, go on then. What did you see?
I noticed there was a spot on one of the negatives that shouldn't have been there. I noticed there was like a small head sticking over the railings by the fire escape.
I was watching this documentary, getting right into it. I got to this bit where I finally seen what they'd been leading up to. The photo of a young girl's spirit. And by myself, I literally said out loud, "Fake!"
The figure in the photo stands directly on the spot where Roger Stokes discovered the footprints the following morning.
I seen this picture before and it's already been debunked. I was like, are you kidding me? I went straight to the comments and there were people still believing it was real. So this is not my debunk, but I'm going to show you the debunk in kind of greater detail in Photoshop and show it's 100% fake. So in the doc, they go on to say that people suspected that it was a double exposure and a fake photo. So just in case you're not sure what that is, a double exposure is where you would take a photo and then take another photo over the top of the first one, just like this. So with that camera he's using, like I said, it's very similar to mine here. Obviously, just like on an old film one, you would just wind the lever to take a photo, and then obviously you'd have to wind it on again to take the next photo. But with a double exposure, you have to do a little trick that stops the film moving, so when you take the next photo, you'll be able to take the photo on top of the first one. So, with some people asking if that's what it was, they sent the film negative off to someone who used to work for Kodak, a professional's opinion. The thing is, it's hard to tell that the film strip has been used twice on one photo, and the expert said, it's real. He didn't see any signs of tampering.
I don't believe in ghosts, but I know there's something on that photograph that shouldn't be there.
You're right there, Tony.
At the end of the day, this photograph has made my life hell, and I wish that someone would say to me what is on the photograph and explain to me what it is, and I'll be quite happy then.
Okay, buddy. So let's just do that. I can't believe this, but 15 years later, a 77-year-old guy called Brian Lear randomly came across this old postcard from 1922 of a little girl. He thought, hang on a minute, that's the wemghost. Busted. Tony, you cheeky chappy. You little faker, you. You did do a double exposure, didn't you? Okay, so let's bring up the photo of the wemghost and also bring up the postcard. I mean, come on. Side by side, you can just see that it's the same girl. The same face, the same shadow on the face. The light and shadow hitting her nose is exactly the same. The bonnet on her head with the exact same folds in it. You can see her belt kind of thing is the same, even with this little sticky up bit here. Just behind the railing there, you can see the black piece on her dress coming down with this tiny little kick out bit there. It's the same. But guys, there's still people out there arguing that it's not the girl in the photo. When people have pointed out that it's fake in the comments, there are actually people arguing with them saying, no, it's not. Let's just put the postcard image over the top of the ghost photo to see, shall we? Bring the opacity up on this one and you can see it's exactly the same. Look at that. Everything matches. I mean, come on. That settles that, right? It's literally the same photo. Why are people still arguing about this?
To me, it looks very much like a young girl.
Yes. Yes, it does, Tony, you trickster. He's obviously known about the story of the girl in the past burning down the town. Thought he'd come up with some little hoax for a laugh or 10 minutes of fame. Maybe sell his story and the photo to the press. Other people like Roger, the fire officer, the labourer, who was saying they've seen small footprints and ghostly figures there. Was that definitely before the photo came out a few weeks later? Or was it after and they're just making all of this up just for a good story? I don't know, but whatever the case is, the photo is fake as F.